Hey, what's going on, my traders? You're tuning in to howtoplaystock.com. My name is Casey. Today is January 25th. It's 2:13 in the afternoon, and I'm shooting this video ahead of Friday. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have to work tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to shoot a video. I'm not going to have time to do that. So I'm doing a weekly price action on stocks wrap up for the week of January 22nd through January 26th. So I haven't, the prices could change by tomorrow, of course, but I'm just going to give you a wrap up on my stock calls, my stock picks for this week. So getting started here, let's go to ticker symbol GROW. Now at the beginning of the week, I was saying that I was looking for an equal trough of around $3.68. And if it hit, if it broke past that support level of $3.68, the next price that I was looking to enter would have been about $2.86. So let's take a look at the chart here. We had we had a peak up here, a higher peak, and we had a lower peak, a lower peak, a lower peak, as well as lower troughs. And then right around in here, it looks like we had, where my cursor is, we had a lower peak or just an equal peak. And as you can see, the price is starting to drop once again. And if you look at where the price is right now, we're at 376. I was looking for an equal trough around 368. So price action is following pretty much what I was looking for as far as an equal trough. Now, Friday hasn't come around yet, so we don't know if this price is going to drop below this support level. I'm just watching it at the moment because by tomorrow, if this price drops below 368, where my cursor is here, you see this red line going across? That would be my support level of 368. So if it drops below 368, the next price I'm looking at is around $2.86 or $2.87. I've got, if you're looking at the chart here, I've got these little arrows pointing down and then back up. So the reason why I drew that out is because I was like, well, the price is going to go down. If it hits this this support level here, and it bounces back up, then we're looking at prices back up into the tunes of $4.74. So at this point, I'm not looking at an entry point yet on Grow, and the reason why is because it could drop lower. So, according to my call back on January 22nd, at the current moment, that call is playing out like I said it would, which is good. So we'll go ahead and cross that one off as a correct call at the beginning of the week. Even though we're at 376, it's only an 8 cents difference in price action from where my call was back on Monday. So by tomorrow, we could definitely hit 368. If we drop below that, look for the next price to be around 286. So let's move on to WSR. Now WSR, this one, I've got a paper trade going on this one, and I'm actually looking at, if I had money on the table with this, I'm actually looking at maybe getting out of this with a minor loss of about 3% on the total account balance. So for this paper trade, I was looking at an investment of around, like, say, $10,000, right? Well, my initial call was that I was looking for a higher peak and then a higher trough. So you can see it pointing out here, the little blue square up here would be a higher peak and a higher trough. That's the price action that I was looking for, and the reason why is because we had multiple downward peaks. Okay, we had like 4 downward peaks, and we had all this price action going down from a high, of around 1502 and above that, going all the way down here to 1321 or 1337. And so I was looking for a reversal, in the price action to go back up so we could get a higher peak and then a higher trough. And this would have been my entry point right here. Well, we didn't get that, and the market threw a nice little juke move on me. I got juked by the market here, needless to say. So, the price went down. It was supposed to go up, according to what I was reading on the charts. It didn't do that. So right now we're sitting at about 1321. If this thing hits my support at $13.14 or $13.11, I would go ahead and take a loss if I was in this trade. Okay, and the reason why is because we still have a lot of strong downward movement going here, obviously, because the market faked me out on this call, in regards to price action, and we could just keep going down and down and down and down and down. Well, we've been in oversold territory since Jesus Christ, December 29th. So we've been in oversold territory for almost a month. Like you don't see this very often, um, with any type of financial asset, and it makes me kind of, you know, wonder what the hell's going on here, with this company. And I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at some of the news on this stock, but I was just looking at price action. And again, guys, like I've said before, you can be wrong, two or three times out of, say, six or seven, or even less than that. You can be wrong three out of five or three out of four, and all you really need is just one correct call and some good money management, and you're back at break even or in a profit. This is uh this is one of those calls where it went against me, and I'm analyzing it right now, and I'm trying to decide, well, what did I do wrong? What is it that the market did that I didn't see? Because if you look here, the weekly support is running nicely, and we were right here when I bought, we were above weekly support, and then we just kept dropping. So I'm starting to wonder, like, what is it that I'm not seeing here, that could have kept me from getting in up here on this practice trade. And honestly, the only thing I can come up with right now, just looking at this, is just sometimes you have to be patient. You have to be patient. So we got a lower trough right here as compared to back here, and I thought it was, that was probably the end of it because we'd already have four lower peaks. Well, that's not the case. We're going lower and lower, and I've got this support drawn out, and this is one reason why you want to mark out your support levels, um, next to your weekly support. So once you draw your weekly support out on the weekly chart, then what you want to do is go back and start drawing out your support levels. And I drew one down here when we hit a bottom around 1312, and I'm glad I did because now I have something to go off of. So if it hits around 1312, I'm out, and I'm going to take a loss of about 3% on a $10,000 balance. Again, guys, that's not much. It really isn't. You want to keep your stop losses below probably 5% of your entire account balance. And that allows you to keep playing the game and make better trades in the future. Because, guys, this is a game, short term, where it's like shooting free throws, okay, in basketball. You're going to miss a couple, and you're going to make, quite a few if you practice and you continually get better at your game. Well, it's the same thing here. So this one I missed. Next week, I'll pick up a video next week. I'll throw this one back in there because I did miss out on it, and let's see if I can recapitalize on maybe another paper trade. Um, if I don't sell and I decide to get out tomorrow on this paper trade, because this paper trade that's going right now, we're still at 1327. It could turn around and head back up here to a higher peak, like I was saying. So I may have just got in way too early on this downtrend. So we'll see what happens, and I'll keep you up to date on that next week. Let's go to AG real quick. AG is this one I've got real money in. I've got real money on the table, and this one did the same exact thing. I thought it was gonna. We had a higher trough up here. We had a lower trough down here, a higher peak as opposed to a lower peak. You can see obviously the upward trend in the channel here, between these two lines. And what's it do? It goes up like I said it was going to do, but then it just stops right here at 729, 731. Well, for me that wasn't good enough as far as profit. I was looking for three times the profit range as opposed to my stop loss. And you're probably, if you're listening to this right now, it may not make sense to you what I'm talking about. Again, I'll shoot a video on this at a later date, um, on stop losses and maximizing your reward to risk. But for now, I thought this thing was going to go. It followed almost exactly where I said it would go, and then I said it was going to bounce back up, and I was looking for a higher peak. Okay, because we're in an upward movement here. Well, it fell below that and then just dropped off a cliff. All right, and right now we're at 659. Weekly support is right down here where my cursor is. If we hit 650 on weekly support, I'm out of this trade, and I will take a loss on it. And I was wrong, because I bought back here where this blue square was. If we go below that, I'm selling out, because you never know if it breaks that weekly support. Well, let's back out here. It could drop all the way down to 603 or $6, 593. Then I may have to wait, like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months before I even get back to break even or in a profit again. And then at that point, I've missed out on all these other trades that I'm following right now, and I don't want to do that. As a trader, you do not want to get stuck in a trade. And so I'm not afraid to take a loss on this, because it's only going to be like a $40 loss maybe on about $640. So it's no big deal. I still have a substantial amount of money I can get back in. And here's the thing, guys, it's Thursday. I'm shooting this video early, and I said the AG was heading higher to 745 or 750 by Thursday or Friday. So by tomorrow, we could very easily see this price action reverse and jump back up, right back up here into, I don't think we'll hit 745 or 750. So I was wrong on this call, I'm pretty sure. But we could very easily get a strong candle, price action candle bar moving upwards back into like the 730 range by tomorrow. So you just kind of have to be patient, wait these things out, and see where they go. But we did break our first level of support here on AG, and my first level of support was around $6.61. So we'll see where it goes. I'm looking for this thing tomorrow. I'm going to pay attention and see if it hits that weekly support, and we should bounce off that weekly support for sure, because we have not broken past that weekly support for a long, 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 long time. We're talking way back on January 21st of 2016. So we have not broken past that weekly support for almost a year. And if we break that weekly support, well, I'm out. I'm for sure out, because I can come back in on this trade at a later date and buy in at like $2.41. You know? So what's the point of trying to stay in a trade, praying and hoping it goes back up? And that's what you need to be aware of as a day trader is don't do that. Don't do that, because you're going to get stuck. And I can tell you from experience, because I have been stuck in trades before, it sucks. It really sucks. And you just need to man up, take the loss, even if it's, you know, 3 or 4%, and keep going. So let's move on to the next one here. So right now I'm what did I say on WSR here? Right now I'm 1 for 2. Okay, so one of my calls is right, two of them are incorrect. We'll go to WDDMF. Now this one I said sell next week. It's heading higher, and right now we're sitting at $2.27. On Monday, it was $2.19 to $2.24. So it did head higher, like I said it would. Um, Now I'm expecting this to maybe pull back a little bit and continue heading higher through next week. Okay, so that's why I'm saying sell next week, because we may drop back down here to like 207, and I'm just reading price action. Okay, I'm not trying to make any great predictions and say, oh yeah, this price is going to do exactly this because I know, I've got a crystal ball. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is the price, I'm just following the price action and what I'm seeing on the charts. And if you look, we've got a lower trough, a higher trough. We're already forming a higher trough. We're forming a higher peak as opposed to the one back here. And we got this upward channel, and we got resistance at the top here, so it's tightening upwards. So I'm looking for the price to continue going up. We'll track it next week and see where it's at. Let's see here. The last one I had was INSY, and I've got the price on INSY. I'm looking for a higher trough at around $8.96. Well, at the current moment, if you look just a couple days ago, back on January 23rd, we were at an all-time high of around like 1070, 1065. Okay, and I drew this line downwards, and I said I was looking for a higher trough, which means that the price was going to start coming down by Thursday or Friday. And I was looking for a price of about $8.96, $8.96. Well, again, Friday hasn't played out yet. Tomorrow, we're going to see where this thing falls out at for the end of the week, and I'll pick it up on Monday and show you where it dropped out at, for the end of the week as far as higher trough. But it's doing exactly as I said it would do. So right now, if you look at my calls for the week, I've got two that are playing against me. Um, One of those being a paper trade, which I might potentially sell out of, and the other one is a real trade, which again I might potentially sell out of here by next week, so that I have cash set aside for better price action on other assets. So far for the week, I've got 3 correct as far as price action and where those are going, and I've got 2 that are incorrect. And again, this is just practice. And the reason why I'm shooting this video live is so I can go back at a later date and I can look at this and study this and get better at reading price action on charts for myself. Okay, so if you're watching this, you can learn from it as well and use what I'm showing you here uh, through, direct it towards your own strategy, because it's going to help you get better as well. I'm not telling you to buy or sell any given asset. I'm not out here to tell you what to do. And you need to know that when you're watching these videos, as kind of a disclaimer, you know, uh, past performance does not predict future performance. I'm not a certified financial planner, a CFP. I'm not, your guru stock trader who's been doing this for 30 years and makes millions of dollars. I'm not any of that. I'm just somebody who's simply shooting videos on this stuff, studying price action, so I can kind of get a better idea where stocks are going in the future. And I'm shooting the videos to see what calls are correct and which ones aren't. And so far, for the last 2 weeks, my last in my last video, if you haven't watched it, I had 4 out of 5 calls correct. This week I'm 3 for 5. So I'm not perfect, but you don't have to be. You don't need a freaking IQ of like, 160% to make money in these markets. All you need is one good trade. And that's what I'm trying to show you. Is you only need one good trade. You need to know more than that as far as money management and stop losses and all that. There's much more to it than what you would think, but once you've grasped all of that, all those techniques and strategies and whatnot, once you've grasped all that, I'm telling you right now, it's not as hard as you would think it would be. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I feel like I'm talking too much. But I'll pick this back up next week and I'll let you know where everything ended up on at least the ones that I was correct on. And I may give you a recap on the 2 that I was incorrect on. And then I might throw some other stocks in here as well that I find better opportunities looking at price action on. When it comes to like entry points for when you could buy a stock and then ride the profits up. So that's all I have for today. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Go have yourselves a good weekend, and remember, income is the outcome. Okay, be patient, and I will talk to you guys later.